I apologise for the lack of light in this video, but today I am in a town called Longyearbyen in Svalbard. It is the northernmost town in the entire world. You cannot fly any further north than this if you wanted to. And right now I'm at the very edge of the town. You can drive beyond this point. As you can see, these people are going up towards the airport, but you're not allowed to step foot beyond this sign unless you have a gun. The reason why is there are polar bears out there, and those animals are no joke. Plenty of people have been attacked, some eaten, and the stories are just absolutely horrendous. So I wonder what that noise was then. I thought the video was about to be over before it began. I was going to be lunch. But we're walking all the way up to the bit where there's a bit more civilization, which is in this direction here. And then we're going to walk through the main town. Let me just wait for this noisy vehicle to pass. And I'm basically just going to show you what it's like here. Now, the reason for the lack of light, because at this time of year, they don't have any sunlight. It's literally 24/7 darkness. We've been here for about 4 days now. And it's just crazy how you just lose track of time. You go out for breakfast and in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, it's getting late, I better go back to bed. It's really crazy being here, but it's absolutely amazing. But we're also just heading up into this industrial a bit. The further you get in, the safer you feel. Although, if you watch my videos on my main channel, you will see that polar bears do occasionally go into the actual town centre bit. We were lucky enough to find a lady yesterday who had filmed one right outside her front door, and she showed me that video. And the reason why it's such a big deal about the polar bears, they're the only mammal in the world that actively hunt humans. There's a little saying about bears. It says, if it's black, fight back. If it's brown, lay down. If it's white, say goodnight, because there's no chance. They don't growl or make any noises, they just calmly come up to you and just start eating you alive. In fact, earlier when we were walking up here, I saw a stuffed one in the window of this business, and I knocked on the door and asked if I could go and film it. So this is the clip of that, just to give you a little bit of scale of how big they actually are. We heard that basically everybody here keeps their cars and their houses unlocked. Not just because it's safe, which it is, but it's so that if a polar bear comes along, everyone's got like a little safe haven. You can just jump into the nearest car. Now, I didn't know if that was quite true, but we met a guy the other night, and after we'd had a couple of drinks, he wanted to test the theory, so he opened a couple of the doors, only briefly, and then shut them again straight away. But it's true, literally everything just remains open, which is a little bit of peace of mind, but obviously if you're running from a bear and you come across a car that is locked, you're screwed. But another sort of baffling fact about this place, it's illegal to die here. So not only are you at risk of dying by being eaten, if you do, you're then a criminal. The reason why is because I think it's something to do with the ground. Obviously there's so much ice that it shifts around a lot, so the corpse would rise back up to the surface and then a bear would go and eat that. So you're literally not allowed to die here. In fact, Alex, does that technically mean there's probably a jail around here somewhere with just a load of deceased people in it?
One can only assume.
Okay, we have been walking for a little bit. We've come all the way up from down there where I filmed that last clip. We're getting into the really industrial bit now. I don't actually know what they do here. Obviously back in the day it was like a mining town. What do they do here now, Alex?
I don't know, I think it's still mining, isn't it?
Oh, apparently they're still mining. I've just remembered another fact, sort of similar to the you're not allowed to die here fact. You're not allowed to give birth here, right? So last night I was talking to the barmaid in the bar that we were having a drink in, and she told me that last time someone tried to give birth here, well, not tried, last time someone gave birth here, because you're supposed to leave just before you give birth, and I think she gave birth early, and they grabbed her baby, not like with a baseball mitt or something, but they took the baby, probably in something soft, and they shipped it to mainland Norway without the parents, and the parents had to go there something like 2 weeks later. It is still, well, it's probably about lunchtime now, but there's stars out. I don't know if this camera will pick them up, but there's a couple of stars up there, and we just saw the Northern Lights up there. It was literally only there for about 30 seconds, but I caught a photo of the tail end of it, which was quite impressive just for the fact that it's at this time of day that we're seeing the Northern Lights. Right, we've just seen some more Northern Lights. Alex is taking the photo. Admittedly, it's not like a really strong display like we saw last year in, where was I, the Lofoten Islands or whatever it's called. But it's good enough that we can tick that off the list. We've seen the most northern lights available. So right over the back there is where we started the video, and for context we've been walking for probably about half an hour. we've got to this point. Our accommodation is over the back there, and that's like the main bit of the town. It's only small, but this is like a little side street. And we came here yesterday and we found a really nice little cafe called the Husky Cafe. A lot of these places you have to take your shoes off when you go in. And this is it here, the Husky Cafe. As Alex said yesterday, you don't need to worry about people taking your boots or anything because, as he said, crime hasn't been invented here yet, luckily. My camera's steaming up a bit because obviously it's freezing out there and warm inside. So over the last couple of nights we have had a fair few beers. We've been in every bar in this place, but this first one I'm just about to pop into here, we're not going for a beer. I just want to show you something because this is the northernmost pub in the entire world. So yeah, look, here's the sign. Welcome to the northernmost pub in the entire world. We are here. And inside that bar, that's the barmaid that we were talking to last night. She pointed out one of the tables in there that's in the northernmost corner of that bar. So I sat there and had a sip from my pint. I was literally the northernmost drinker in the world. And this is it. So pretty much as far as you can see to the end of the shot on this camera, that's the end of the town. And this is the beginning of the town. Well, the sort of, you know, the high street area of the town. So this is where pretty much all the bars and restaurants are. That's just a library there, and there's like a supermarket, it's like a co-op I think. So anything you need, this is the spot to be. And the video that lady showed us where she'd filmed the polar bear just walking through here, it was literally here. So I can't remember which shop exactly it was outside of, but she was in the building opposite. I think she had an apartment here maybe, so I don't know, maybe she lived in one of these buildings, but literally right here, she's got the footage of the polar bear. It was about 6 AM. There's no one about and it's just bowling through. So yeah, that's the co-op there, and obviously it's got everything that you'd normally expect a co-op to have, with the addition of a few extras. For example, in fact you can see it through the window, look, I'll show you. You can do all your grocery shopping, get your weekly food, and on the way out you can pick up a snowmobile. And there's also another shop, which, if I can remember which one it is, we'll go in there as well, because I want to show you the selection of guns that you can get around here. So obviously you've got all these rifles. Pretty much everyone around here owns one, and like I said, if you want to step outside of the town you have to own one. But these guns here, oh no, it's not these, oh it's these ones here. These are incredible, right? Last night, that one there I think it was, or maybe that one there, the guy, he rocked up to the pub on his snowmobile, as you do. Two of them, there was two snowmobiles. And he came in the pub and he took his jacket off and he had one of those guns inside his jacket. He had another one on a holster. He just went up to the bar, bought himself a pint and a pizza, sat down, ate it in about 5 minutes. He was a huge geezer. And he's loaded his guns up again and done the off on his snowmobile. But yeah, this shop here, we haven't been in it yet, have we? Alex, I found a souvenir for you. Don't get the shot glass. Get yourself an empty Arctic fox.
They look softer, don't they?
So when they're making all of the like clothing out of animal skin and all the sort of stuff that you hang on the wall, they've got, it's the equivalent to B&Q's off-cut bin, right? Alex, show me some of this stuff. There's just like a paw. You can't, it's not like a glove, it's literally just a paw thing that you just have. What was the one you found a minute ago? Is that a face? That's mad. So if you want any carcass offcuts, you know where to come. What is that?
I think it says on it, it says it's a coyote paw.
A coyote paw. I've had to come outside, honestly, because it's so cold out here. In the shops, they just keep it extremely warm, obviously, because most people that visit here aren't used to the temperatures. And when I go in the shops, it's so hot wearing this massive jacket. I've left Alex in there to do his shopping. Just come outside for a bit of fresh air. So that's it, we're now officially at the end of the little high streety bit, and we're back out into, I'm guessing this is mostly residential. But we've not gone beyond this point, so we are going to take a little walk a bit further up here as well. There's a place called Funken Lodge, and I think that's where, because I've seen the YouTubers obviously come here before, I think that's where most of the people that I've seen, that's where they stay. So we might as well walk up to that bit so I can show you that, because if you do visit, you may well be staying there yourself. We are well and truly on the outskirts now, we just got to this crossroads. And I'm trusting Alex's judgment that the Funken Lodge is up here somewhere. If you're wondering why I'm out of breath, it's because we just had to walk up where it probably won't look bad on here. It's quite a steep hill. It goes all the way around that corner. But we've made it. Funken Lodge is right here. I'm hoping we can take a little wander inside. Okay. Do you know what? I've got to admit, I'm not sure I was correct. I don't know if it's the place that I was thinking it was, but still, let's have a little look around. This is another shoes off establishment.
That's where you can buy alcohol. And today is open.
So I'm buying myself a little souvenir, a nice little watch there, and we've been offered a complimentary, we don't know what it is. Cheers. As much as that place was actually quite nice, we only stayed briefly. We had that complimentary shot. I bought myself that little souvenir, and now we're heading back to the apartment. I think I'm going to end this video here, but obviously there's more content from Svalbard on my main channel. I'll link that down below. But right now, I'm going to end it. From me and Alex, I'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will catch you on the next episode.